Previously on CSN Training Camp. Applications came in from Terrans and Zerg across the entirety of the StarCraft community, each hoping to be chosen as one of the 5 players for Team Polt or Team Violet. The CSN team, comprised of Andrew Tomlinson, Evan Winter Balnick, and Alex Axeltoss Rodriguez, chose the top 30 applications to present to the coaches. In the end, each coach chose 5 players that would make up their team. Now, Polt and Violet must prepare their teams for the battles ahead on this episode of CSN Training Camp.
If I am picked, I will definitely do my best to learn as much as I can.
And I want to get to the top, and I want to be the best. There's no way I could play another game like I do StarCraft.
I don't have a good motivation about it, but I just really have a really bad story in my life. That's why I just keep trying hard, because my life was not really easy. So my father owes money from the bank and he borrowed to his friends, but he just disappears. So we have to pay back to bank. When my dad left home, the mail is come to home, the paper, and they said your home is going to bank. Like bank take your home like this weekend. And my mom is like, I can never imagine how was my mom's feel like that, because it just happened. And it's not fake, it's not dream, it's real. But my mom was smart thing is she was saving like emergency money, and she bought little house after the bank happened. So we moved the house, and she's still working a lot. And actually, I still really think about how amazing is my mom, because now she almost like pay back. Even if she don't have to pay back, my mom helped my father, so it's now almost is gone, but still have like a lot of money left for have to pay the bank. But my mom is getting there. That means she's never give up. She just keep trying, because she have a child, me and my sister. She have children. That's why she work hard, because every time she just look at me and my sister, she get motivated about it, and that's how I get motivated, because my mom worked really hard. She's God. I think she's my God. And she's a lot to give me the motivation.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to CSN Training Camp. My name is Axeltoss. I'm here alongside Kwani to kind of give some context of where we're at. We are at the conclusion of going through a lot of applications from a lot of awesome people, and we've established which 5 players are going to be on Team Violet to go up against Team Polt. And now we are getting started with our first coaching session. Make sure you got your notepads ready, you got your pens ready, maybe you got your coffee ready. Make sure your energy level is high so we can pay attention and learn a lot of StarCraft 2.
When you're going to double gas, you have to make double evolution chamber same time too. It's like
I usually wait until I'm at 100 gas, but
yeah, that's fine. Yeah, just remember when you're going to double gas and going to double erase chamber, because GBT is like when you have a muralist, and double upgrade. And if you're building like this time double evolution chamber, you might have a advantage for upgrade in the middle game. So when you have you can really do heavy push when two upgrades done, mural, javelins, banings. So sometimes it might make game over.
So when do you decide? At this point, it's like you're kind of thinking about 3-3 maybe in the back of your head, but you're also thinking about spinning Gauss on metas. So when do you decide to put down the infestation pit to continue your tech versus making lots of units. Any thoughts on that?
It's depending on what you're thinking. If you want a muralisk heavy, you're going to, if you want to go muralisk heavy, you're going to the infest feed when the half is upgrade done, the attack to upgrade from muralisk.
Right.
It's first, right? And it's gone when you start upgrade 2, like double upgrade. And when this half is done, you will start building infestation feed.
So when +2 flyer attacks is done,
Yeah.
you start building
Like
infestation
halfway done.
Ah, okay.
So you can go into hive like smooth, and you can research like third upgrade as well. When you wanna like put your juggling for defensing for medivac, like enough unit count is like 2 bannings and 10 jugglings. That's enough for defense the drop. It's like 630 now, and you have to defend. You need to send the overlord to your Terran's main base.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, because he's doing a really greedy start. That means that he can do Hellion or like, you really need the scout. That's it. And you made this, and yeah, good timing with the double evolution chamber, and speed upgrade timing is good too, and a lot of queen and Starker spread soon. So it's okay so far. Only need to do is you're doing pretty well so far. Just need to do something your overlord. Like when you have like 7 mini or like 650 or 7. The Reaper deal with the Reaper is you just need to 16 pull. That's the limit. It's like if you like 17 pull, you might lose more drone. But at the 16 pull, you might lose a couple of drones. But if you better like little bit control, you might don't lose anything. It's like 16 pull is a perfect timing for when Reaper is coming, and it's not popped out juggling like same time when Reaper you come your base. But if you do like a little bit micro with just like pull back what Reaper hit your drone, and if you like pull it back. Yeah, pull it back.
Don't let it die.
Yeah, don't let it die.
Build it into a building if you absolutely have to.
Alright, so try to click on the individual drone to micro it.
You build a building with the drone that's getting hurt.
Oh yeah.
Right. Okay.
You can go on.
Is a building? Yes, is a for making building for safe drone is worth it.
Well, you cancel it.
Yeah. Even if it's a waste of like 25 minerals, but it's totally worth it.
All right, so that concludes our training session, our first training session with all the Team Vital players. How you feeling after that?
I think I had really good players in here who have potential. I can see what I need to fix for him, but other thing is they already know what I have to do, and they already mentioned about borrowing things, like counter-attack things. So this made me impressive. That means they have a lot of potential to do it.
Cool.
So I think I'm really happy to teach them, and I will exciting for against Team Polt, playing Team Polt.
Right.
And I think we can win with that. It's a really fun match.
So how confident are you in your team's ability to take down Team Polt?
How confident? I'm actually pretty confident because I was really worried about that first because I've been teaching 14 years Tommy, and I didn't expect he will like a lot of aggressive things and macro things. But yeah, and after Tommy made me surprised, and Kathleen also, I think she's like should be ace of my team.
Right.
She had a really good crisp spread, overall spread, and sending on the jugglings, and yeah, she needs a little bit fix it. But she's totally fine.
Right.
And Austin, he also I can see his potential of macro things. So I think it's top 2, and Tommy will be I think 3, and David will be I think
4.
4 is more fixed.
And Jonathan 5.
Jonathan 5.
But they still have a lot of potential to improve.
Yeah, they
right?
already have a lot of potential, and already tell them what you need to do. So if they do well, they can be over the higher level.
I played some games online, but I was never good at to be top level, and there was some kind of ladder things in StarCraft Brood War. I tried it, but my highest rank was just B+ or something like that. There's more than A even. So, and when I just play A- level, I got crushed. So I never imagined I could be on that level. I was just playing for fun, StarCraft 2 as well. But I just tried to qualify for GSL Open Season when the game was first launched, and it was kind of very new tournament, like at 2010. I just wanted to test how good I am at this game. I never thought I could beat the good players like pro players. Somehow I qualified to the tournament. Maybe I get lucky or something happened, and I could have had a chance to play at the stage, right? And after that match, I lost at the time. Actually, in first open season, I won my first game, and I didn't feel any about that. But in the second season, I lost my first match, and I was out of the tournament. And I don't know, but I thought I really liked that, and even if I lost, I really enjoyed it, and I may be better than now, and sometime maybe it's possible to win a tournament. Because I was a student and I was really focusing on my graduation things, I had to do experiments and had to write thesis, but I could have some break time, and I decided to have 1 year break time. And if I get something, if I achieve something, then maybe I can keep going on this thing. And if not, well, I can go back to school.
All right, everyone, welcome back to the CSN training camp. This is training session number 1 with Team Polt. Polt will be taking replays from each of these players, telling them how they can improve in the upcoming matches that will be played out tomorrow.
The Reaper is going through the opponent base ramp. It's okay because it's closer. But once you get into the base, you have to move the Reaper to his natural side. It's more important. What I mean is, and you also need to do your second Reaper makes the rally to his natural, not his main, or on your own Reaper. I'll explain later. The most important thing in this game is information. That's all you need. Including me, most top players, even pros are not perfect at making units. I mean, after this, Marauder takes 30 seconds to build it, but after just 30 seconds, there are not many players can do that, make it again and again. So it's better to queue on your barracks when you have enough minerals or gas. I noticed one more thing. Most of you, maybe all of you, don't make any sensor tower. I don't really know that, but on this map, here is the best place to build a sensor tower at natural, where mirrors can harass. And if you build a sensor tower here, you can see most of them moving when they are coming this way or this way. If you surround this bunker, your Reapers will die. Everything will die. And I want to let you know, it's always more important to keep Reapers alive. It's more important than killing some zerglings or drones. You have to keep it alive. You need to spread some marines. One of them should be here, one of them should be here, one of them should be here, here, here. At least like 5 or 6 ways. Spread them. You don't need 5 or 6 marines more when you fight. It's better to have them, but it's much better to see where your opponent is. So if you spread your marines, each of them like these 5 ways, then there's very high chance you will see when your opponent is coming. Now, yeah, this is pretty good timing for Terran. You have 4 medvacs and pretty good numbers of the marines. And if you keep saved it, then you would have Hellions, and if you are ready to, you're ready to have armory, so you can transform it to Hellbats. It's pretty strong if you had like 6 Hellions and this army size. But the point is, even if you have that strong army, you can't break through the Zerg's natural. Here's another good point to attack. It's very close to the natural. There's very high chance already creep spread very well, so you better to attack here. His fourth space. Well, maybe some players can get here, but it's not likely to happen. So you just scan here, and if you see the hatcher is being built on, and you now just secure this Zelnaga tower and go through this way. There's no creep. It's always better for you to fight, make an engagement, and the Zerg has to keep this hatcher alive. If he loses it, then it's very good for you. So not this way. This way is kind of I'm sorry, but it's kind of suiciding. You didn't really know where the Zerg army is. Playing StarCraft is pretty much same to exploring new world. I don't know how to say that. Anyways, maybe you use some kind of flash or things like that to help you, but it's in this case the flash can be sending your 1 or 2 marines, steam it, and just move forward to see what's there. Or you can do scan or whatever you want to do, but just make sure what's there. Maybe it can be 10 banelings or more than that. Everything can be here, maybe nothing. So whatever it is, you need to know. If you don't know,
Game paused.
at night some criminal can kill you. Yeah, like that this time. Banelings will crush your army. When you play TVC, don't hurry, never hurry. You don't have to hurry at all. But like in the last game, you lost your third CC. I can understand. You feel, oh, if I don't do anything, if I have to do something at this time, I have to do it. But even if it happens, you need to be calm down and don't hurry at all. What I mean is, if you hurry, it makes your burns will keep together, and there's very high chance you lose all of them to banning buzz. But if you are waiting on some players already spread it and just wait until your opponent is coming, then I think you will have a much better engagement.
Alright, we finished up the first training session with Polt here. The first round matches are going to be coming up tomorrow, but Polt has spent some time looking over the replays of his team members, talking with them, taking their questions. Polt, what did you think about the coaching? What did you think about your team?
Well, I really enjoyed it. To be honest, personally, I really like teaching something to someone, so I enjoyed it. And especially, they were really, how do I say that? They
seemed receptive. They seemed like
very receptive, and they didn't want to miss any word of mine, so I really liked it.
Now that each team has gone through their first round of coaching, it's time to put their training to the test. Polt and Violet have chosen the maps and player order for this round of matches. Although this is a best of 5, all 5 matches will be played regardless of the score, so that each player has a chance to prove themselves. Remember, you can watch the complete versions of all the training sessions and matches on our YouTube channel and at csnstarcraft.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the CSN training camp. We have Tommy Brown and Albert Tao. Tommy Brown representing Team Violet. Give me a little bit of a sense of what you learned from Violet in your training session.
Well, my map control was really lacking and my multitasking was lacking a bit too. And so he just helped me work through a system to find a way to increase my map control and my creep spread and all that. And I practiced it some, and I'm feeling really confident, and I think I can come in and win.
Albert Tao representing Team Polt. Give me a sense of kind of your training session with Polt and how, and maybe some feelings coming into this game.
Polt is probably the nicest person you're ever going to meet, and he breaks ideas. He's always been the more of a thinking man as opposed to a cheesier player like Violet. So what ends up happening is that he addresses not mechanical flaws, but he usually addresses your mindset flaws and how you're supposed to be thinking about the matchup. And I guess the best piece of advice he gave us yesterday was don't hurry, be patient, and wait. And I think that I'm going to do my best to apply that today, and we'll just see how it goes.
Do you have any words for your opponent or any words towards Team Violet before we jump into this first match?
I really do wish you the best. Good luck.
2-0.
2-0.
They both breathe. They're both on the planet Earth. So there are a lot of similarities there, but no, they can't be called the same thing, so I digress. Burrow on the way here from Tom and Brown. I think it's a little late.
You notice his
Remaking
supply?
those
This entire game, his supply's been pretty even, pretty low. As soon as those macro hatches came up, look at it.
I
Take a
know,
look right there.
So sick.
And he even has cleans for each of them. He's keeping up on his injects too.
I'm glad he got those macro hatches.
Oh yeah, he's right on top of that. While
Injecting
he's
the
not
crap
fighting.
out of those. Now, the problem is he's having
113 lanes,
Here we go.
29 bane lanes.
Tom and Brown coming in, a clumped Terran army. Not going to go up in those medevacs.
Does he have 3-3? 3-3 is done.
3-3 is done.
For the Zerg, not the Terran.
Right. 3-3 to 2-2. And these are very vicious Zerglings and Banelings.
He has adrenaline bands. Those are cracklings right there.
Oh yeah.
They've been doing a little bit too much Charlie Sheen. Hey. Upgrades are a good skill to have, is what I think we can boil this down to. Solid ending there.
I want to start with you, Mr. Tommy Brown. What's going through your mind right now? How you feeling?
That last game was the best game I've ever played, I think. I don't think I've actually ever played a game better than that one. Whew.
Any more words that you would like to add?
That was really well played, man. You pushed me to my limit. And you're good, man. You're good.
Congratulations, Tommy. Now, Albert, you went up 1-0. You had a great advantage in game 2. A couple Banelings decided to get up in your grill, and then, I don't know. Give me your thoughts on the series.
Honestly, I should probably I was really relaxed throughout all the games, and that might have been a problem. I'm not sure. Like, towards the second game, you might have seen me smile because I thought I had it, but it proved me wrong, so I guess next time I won't be so complacent.
You didn't focus the Banelings. There were Banelings right next to all your Marines.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Had you killed those 3 Banelings, that game was yours. That would have been a 2-0 for you.
Any final words before we let you go?
I can't speak right now.
First, I'd like to apologize to my team. That isn't usually the level of games I put out, so sorry. And second, I'd like to apologize directly to Polt. I know he put me out first for a reason, so I'm really sorry I let you down, but give me a shot. I swear to God that what you just saw was nothing.
We're going to start with Mr. Austin Kelway. You're representing Team Violet. Your team is currently up 1-0. Tell me a little bit about the practice session that we had with Violet and kind of how you're feeling moving into this best of 3.
Well, we mulled through some games. I mostly, wait, I shouldn't say this because the enemy's here, so actually I'll keep that on the DL. But we just covered a lot of stuff. It was very informative. It was a lot of fun because we were able to talk and joke around in between. And as I said, I don't want to say too much because this guy's here, you know?
Tyler, I want to move on to you. Give me kind of a state of mind as far as your comfortability, if it's not a word just now, with your Terran play, and of course your kind of how you're feeling moving into this best of 3.
Yeah, you know, Albert losing that first game, or winning the first game, but losing the series, it's gotten me a little shaken up because I was feeling good about him and his play because we've been playing a lot together after the practice session. But you know, the practice session was good. I learned a lot about what I should focus on, and I think I've practiced it enough that I can start putting it into games, and feeling pretty good. I learned quite a bit, I think, in the past day and a half, I guess.
On that note, is there anything you want to say on behalf of Team Polt that you've been urging to splurge to express your pride and passion for your team?
There is, in fact, and it's that, you know, just remember Team Violet, the Team Polt, we bring flashlights. That's all I'm going to say. We have our flashlights.
Austin, do you have any final words representing Team Violet that you've been wanting to say?
You're just done, dude. Just give up, okay?
But the Roach won once again. He's got the gas. He doesn't have anything.
So it needs to go down about right now. It should go down like
It shouldn't go down at 6:30. Because there's going to be 8 Hellions in a few seconds, and then 12 Hellions, and then 16 Hellions.
Austin.
And I can keep going up by 4 every single time. I finished Alpha
You can
2.
count that high? That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. What about by 3?
Well, he'd have to get supply block for that to happen. He's trying to target down that one. Now, the queens, as long as he doesn't lay down creep tumors right here, he'll have some extra energy for transfuses. That Roach 1 is only halfway done right now. Oh my god. Sweet Jesus.
Oh, yes.
Uh-oh.
Indeed.
Well, this could be over very quickly.
Here they come. Roach
Once
1.
again, the Roach 1's too
awkwardly,
slow.
right there.
I mean, he could have rolled up.
Austin,
oh,
no. Austin.
Oh, this is why we make Roach Warrens. I'm sure Violet is going to have some comments on Roach.
A little bit late on it.
Well, this could be
Tyler O'Keefe.
very decisive here.
Powering forward with the Hellions.
Deja vu. He's stoking the fire of the Hellions to evaporate those drones.
Is he going to fist bump?
Fist bump?
Fist pump.
Fist pump?
Yeah, when he wins. There's the GG. Tyler, give me your thoughts about how that series went. Give me your reactions, your reflections, and maybe just give me an idea of what you're feeling right now.
Yeah, so game 1, I went in and I was like nervous, like freaking out. I was supply blocked a lot. I was like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Like I was kind of like really scared of everything. And yeah, I was just kind of like freaking out. And the roaches came in and kind of killed almost everything. And I was about to tap out there. I was like, you know, maybe I can pull something off. But that game kind of was downhill after that. And then game 2, I was like, okay, you know, I'm gonna do like a little bit different. Maybe a little bit more pressure. Like once the queen went back, when the Banshee was in the back of the base, I was like, oh, I can take these 2 queens. Oh, there's only 2 queens left. Maybe I can just go in and do something. And then the third game, I was like, okay, well, that worked. And it seems like he doesn't build a lot of units other than queens early to defend. So I'm gonna do my stupid double reactor Hellion build, which is pretty good against that kind of like just queen heavy, but not much else playstyle.
Austin, I know you lost 1-2, but I don't like focusing on the losing too much. Maybe talk about kind of what you're taking away from the series and your motivations moving into the next round of matches.
Well, I kind of forgot my Roach Warren both times, so I kind of just died. So in reflection, I just build a Roach Warren. I guess that's what I learned from this.
Next match is going to be Wonder versus Zombie Grub, and they're on the line right this very second.
Hello.
David, let's start with you. You're on Team Violet. I know you had a great training session with him. Talk to me a little bit about how that session went and maybe your mentality and how you're feeling about the ZVT matchup coming into this best of 3.
Okay, so ZVT for me has been looking really shaky lately, but with the coaching session in general, I got to see the coaching session with Caitlin also. And so that was some really great insight to ZVT versus Bio, and then my own game was against Mech. And so I got a lot of great stuff there. I'm feeling confident because you know, why not me? Something that Violet said at the very end of our session. I asked him about how he dealt with playing in tournaments, and he just said, you know, this person may be good, but why can't I beat them? And I think that's going to be the mindset that I take on Zombie Grub with.
Jessica, of course you had that session with Polt. How was that for you? And give me kind of your thoughts and your mentality moving into this this TVZ for you against Mr. David.
Well, I'm feeling very confident. TVZ is my best matchup, and Polt gave me a lot of, tuner. He's tuning up my play, and yeah, I think I'm gonna win.
David, I want to start with you. If you want to say something, anything you want, the floor is yours to really to really express the spirit of your team.
This has been a great experience, and I love everyone involved, but we're not here to mess around. We're here to learn, but we're also here to win. Violet said it himself, Team Polt winning, that's not, no, that's not very good. So yeah, I'm kind of gonna beat the shit out of you.
All right, and Jessica, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna win. I'm just gonna play solid, and I have my flashlight ready to go to, not get murdered at night. And that's all that Polt really taught me, and it's pretty good.
Troll.
I dare say.
Left and right sides, getting pincered in.
Yep.
And usually the Zerg player is the one flanking, but when a Terran player is,
full pinceration.
Full pinceration? Is that where we're gonna go with this?
It is now.
Well, that's a good flank right there. But Widow Mines activated on an Overseer. Now, That was a good engage, but you have to remember left-hand side.
Yep.
Right-hand side.
That's right.
Back at the base.
A lot of stuff
4
to write
bases.
out.
3-3.
Engagement.
This fight he will win, but the war he will lose.
Yes,
In
indeed.
the long run. Just too many mutas lost, too many banelings, too many lanes, too many bases, not enough creep spread.
Yeah. David's showing a lot of heart though here, I think.
Zombie,
staying
just
around.
about that.
Trying, David's trying to bring it back to you right here. And I like the heart he's showing by sticking around, but we might be close to that GG moment.
He's gonna find 2 keys on his keyboard. Well, 1 key.
1 key, twice.
1 key twice. There's some good baneling hits.
Those are pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we take stock of things, I don't think we... Okay. Income, 6544, units lost. Eesh.
I feel like...
Bases total... Not natural.
David... There it is. I think he went to the 4th base and he realized the situation.
We're going to start with you, Miss Jessica. You just won 2-1. I want your overall thoughts, overall feelings on how that series went.
Well, the first game I was really nervous. But then I played like the most solid game. In the second game, I just didn't wall. And that third game, I didn't have stim for like 17 minutes. I didn't even notice, and I still took really good engagements. I don't feel like I deserve those wins. Well, the third one, anyways.
And that leads me to my next question, Zombie Grab. If you were to isolate specific instances, I know you kind of mentioned it, but stuff you really want to take forward with you as you go into the world of ladder. What are the main things from that series and from CSN Training Camp so far?
I actually did most of what Polt taught us. I just messed up in other areas. Like I hadn't practiced the Banshee build that much, and it was a mistake doing it 2 times because I kept on getting flustered whenever he did anything like Ling-wise. So just like practice the build, calm down, just like focus on like macro and taking some long game like I did the first game.
And now we're going to move on to David. Give me your overall, I guess, reflections and impressions on that series.
I mean, I understand why like all these players, whenever they win now in the interview, they're always like, oh, I got lucky. Because that game on Frost, like, she was at my base with Hellion Banshee, and I realized that I had droned too much. And so I was like, well, I guess I'll just counterattack. She probably won't expect that. And, I mean, I want to blame it all on that she's Masters, but in the end, like, I didn't react properly to any of that. And I think that while I did some good damage, I already, like, in the middle of the game, like, I realized things that I needed to work on. Especially in Game 3 when I realized that I didn't have speed yet. At like 5:30, I hadn't started it because I was too busy thinking of her Reapers. And I was like, I really hope she doesn't poke back in because I will be screwed.
Any final words moving forward that you want to express that you've been wanting to?
No. This part where I'm supposed to be a bad guy, but like good games. I definitely thought that first game, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, oh, Diamond, like this isn't so bad. But that first game, you're just like, you're pretty darn good. Just went out in the long game.
I mean, I learned a lot. There's a lot of things I can take away from this, and there's a lot of things that Violet said in some of the coaching that make a lot more sense now because I'm realizing like, oh, if I did that, like I would have been better, or oh, I did do that and it worked out a little better. You did a fantastic job. I got all 3 games. There was a point in all 3 games where I was like, oh my god, I won this. And then I realized like the first and third time, oh no, I didn't win this at all. Oh man, I just like lost my whole army. This is, oh well.
Andrew Colts and Caitlin Rochelle. Caitlin Rochelle is going to be representing Team Violet. Andrew Colts is going to be representing Team Polt. We'll start with Andrew. Andrew, you had your training session with Polt. You kind of did some practicing, and now you're here in this best of 3. What are your kind of feelings so far in CSN Training Camp, and what's your mindset entering this best of 3?
So my feeling so far is that it's been really helpful. Polt kind of went over all our matches yesterday and had a lot of really good things to say. It was very similar for each player. We sort of broadly all made the same kind of mistakes and needed to fix the same kind of things. And I played some practice matches and I think it really helped. We're ahead 2-1 so far, so that's got me feeling good. The pressure is definitely on Caitlin this time around, and yeah, I'm just ready to play.
Caitlin, I'm going to throw to you. You had your coaching session with Violet. How did that kind of go for you? How has your practice been? And how are you feeling entering this best of 3?
I really like his coaching because he explains why to do things. So a lot of people, they say that you should scout with your overlord around like 6 to 7 minutes. But Violet said like exactly when. So I asked him if it was after you see the first 2 Hellions or something like that. And he was like, yeah, it's after the Hellions, around 7 minutes. Sooner than that is too early. So just like all that extra context is really nice. Some of the other advice he gave me too is like really specific. So it's really nice. I really like the very high level tips.
And your mindset entering this best of 3?
Well, I mean, you're in Diamond, right?
I am, yeah.
My offers is in Diamond, so
That's cool.
you know, there's a chance I'd be beaten with my offers right now.
Wow. Well, I don't know if you saw the IEM games a little bit earlier, Polt versus Violet, but
No,
I think that was a preview of what's going to happen in this match.
You think so?
I think so.
Well, I haven't seen them yet, so in my mind, Violet crushes Polt, and in my mind, that's what's about to happen.
Your mind doesn't match reality, unfortunately.
We'll see, we'll see.
Just there. Nice.
Yeah.
The Kaiser Blades
Sacrifice.
ripping through the combat shields of the Marines and whatever Marauders are wearing, which is like armored
I think
suits
there's one alive. No.
or something.
Armored
Like
suits.
with grenade launchers too.
Yes.
So those are pretty expensive, I'm sure.
That's a lot of ultras.
That's a lot of ultras.
Whoa, that's interesting.
We had to guess that. We were supposed to guess
I
that.
know. My bad. Next time.
And the Queen will take. Oh, so the Corruptors. I think Andrew. I got this.
You
He's
got it,
this.
Andrew. I love the
believe.
confidence.
Now that he's convinced me.
Micro hard.
There's the 2 Marauders that killed that one Zergling. You remember that?
Yes.
Back in the day.
Tiberius, poor guy.
See what you can do.
You will be remembered, and you will be
Oh,
missed.
he's got some. He's got.
Yeah, this is just huge.
He's got 2 kills. Does the other Marauder have any kills? 3 kills.
One of those is Tiberius.
In base Tunbor BC. That would actually work here, hilariously enough. If he had like 14 battle cruisers right now, he would actually be able to kill those.
He had the resources earlier for that.
Yeah, but battle cruisers are kind of like battle cruisers when you're behind are kind of like ultralists when you're behind. It's kind of a very easy way to just throw it.
True. Kind of like when
There's a GG.
Caitlyn was making the Broodlords earlier. It's kind of along the same thing. Caitlyn, we'll start with you. How are you feeling right now? How'd that series go for you?
Well, I guess that my imagination really is reality, you know? Right now, I'm imagining that it's going to go 3-2, Violet's favor.
Great power comes great responsibility, Caitlyn. Andrew, give me your reactions from that series. Did that kind of go how you expected?
Yeah, I mean, knowing she was a Masters player, I sort of expected that. My goals were to survive the early game and take a 3rd safely, which I did both times. The second game, not quite as well saturated and everything as I would want to be, but I lived and made it into a match and actually took some fights. So I did what I wanted to do.
Andrew, can you talk a little bit about some concepts that you were kind of working on during that game, or maybe some things that you're going to remember to incorporate into future play, either from Polt's training session or from that match there against Caitlyn?
Yeah, so the things I was trying to do that game were not lose the Reapers, actually scout with them. So, like, one of the things that he pointed out to us in our games was that we often had the wrong goal when we were doing certain things. Like, I would go across the map with my Reaper and I'd be like, oh, I'm killing Lings, I'm shooting Queens, this is awesome. But, like, no, that's not the point of the Reaper. The Reaper is to scout and not to lose it. And the same thing with the Hellions. So, like, the whole thing that I was trying to do for those 2 games was just, like, get good scouting and don't lose your early games. And then the other major thing that he talked about was be patient. So like when you're pushing out against Zerg, the tendency is to want to like run at them as fast as you can because like, oh my god, I need to go do damage or their economy is going to be out of control. But he's like, no, just kind of hang back, stand at the edge of the creep and like slowly work your way forward, which is what I tried to do, especially in that last one.
Caitlyn, I want to throw the same question at you. What were you kind of working on during those games, and what are you trying to keep in mind, I guess, moving forward into the further training sessions?
I was actually trying to work on, so when I go mass mutas, I never really get +2 air attack. I always forget about it. So I was really trying to remember getting it. In the second game, I forgot plus attack, so it's just like whatever. Double Spire, that's what Violet means, right? +2, 1 + 1 = 2. So I try to catch up by that. But yeah, I was just trying to work on timings, trying to time out my hive differently. So after +2 with this fire. What I used to do was just when I felt it was safe to take the hive, but I mean, like that's always good when you feel safe, right? But if you can take it sooner, well, why not take it sooner? And if your meters are strong enough that you can take it, then you may as well take it.
Going into the ace match, the 5th match, the winner of this match will essentially decide who wins, I guess, this round of matches between Team Polt and Team Violet. We're going to start with you, Mohammed. Can you give me some thoughts on kind of the practice session you have and kind of your feelings towards the matchup?
Well, I think that right now TVZ is like, it is a really fun matchup, but it's also like, I believe is one of the most stressful matchups because it can go either way, in or out. And in my personal opinion, I feel that Terran is a lot more unforgiving in what could happen. So I feel that every mistake that Terran makes, Zerg has to make 2 for every 1 mistake Terran makes for the Terran to be in an even situation.
Jonathan, same question kind of to you.
Well, you know, I was low diamond when I signed up. I was kind of lost like a babe in the woods in TVZ. I was kind of cursing David Kim, but at this point, I think I realized how bad I was. And I'm just going to try to take the builds that we learned and just try to execute them as well as I can.
Last kind of question. I know there's a lot of team camaraderie going on. You guys are in your chats, you're in your groups. You're really getting behind Polt and Violet. I want to hear some words that will resonate within your opponent and kind of mess them up a little bit maybe. I want to hear your energy and I want to hear your thoughts as far as why is your team going to win and why are you going to win this match?
That
Mohammed?
is the most roundabout description of trash talk I've ever heard, by the way.
Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. Mohammed, we'll start with you.
Alright, well, all I have to say is who beat who in the IM qualifiers? Polt 2-1 Violet. So obviously Team Polt is obviously better.
Jonathan, you have the final word here.
Violet only lost because he was too overconfident. Next time I'll win.
To see him establish his infrastructure first.
Okay.
I like what he's doing. I like it. But I feel like it... Actually...
He needs to retain the
Yeah,
priorities.
there's the barracks.
in his
He's
head.
coming back home. He's getting the armory. His head is in the right place right now. He's just reestablishing. There's a drop in the back. There's nothing back to defend it.
Oh,
across the map. The
Drop
spawning
into
pool,
it.
absolutely the least impactful building he could have targeted at this point.
Oh,
but there's a double drop coming out, and the Roach Hydra force map. This could do pretty critical damage.
Okay.
Where are the reinforcements? He has to go right now. And that's
Siege tanks.
1 siege tank is sieged up. 2
There's
siege
2.
tanks.
There's
A
2.
third one coming up, and he's running
he's going
right
for it.
through.
He's
He's
going
got
for it.
2-2 coming up. Sorry, Tychus, I knocked you over. What is he doing though? Those are siege tanks. That's
not where you run your Zerg army, I think.
Oh,
Jonathan.
the second time was not quite
Mohammed.
Everything fell apart.
Wow, Mohammed is going to be so happy with how that went. I think Jonathan got a
Patience.
little bit frustrated. Yes,
Patience.
that's what Polt has
Once
been
again.
preaching, the patience. And Mohammed is showing it, and it's actually going to pay off for him. Hatchery even going to get taken down.
I disarmed Tychus here.
There
That's
it
a
is.
GG.
GG. Wow. Mohammed is probably fist bumping right now. Sense it.
Oh my god.
I need some reactions, starting with you, Mr. Mohammed. Give me your thoughts, buddy.
Jesus, like my hands are shaking now, like you can see that. Those all ends.
Hey, we're not late, bro. Except my second build.
No, man, you've committed so much to roaches. Game number 1 and 3. You committed so many to roaches. Your tech was really behind, and not your tech, your third base was really behind. So
Mostly
all I have
the
to do
third
is
base
hold-
is behind because I'm bad and didn't do the build right.
That's true.
Based on the training sessions, based on that series, what are you kind of taking from it, and what are you kind of looking to employ in your play moving forward?
Well, the first thing I take from it is, even though I was probably the worst player on my team when I joined, I think it shows that I can improve a lot, and I think I did. And also, 1-1 roach timings are pretty good.
No, those things are freaking deadly if you don't prepare for them exactly right.
Also,
so
I did
many
not
games for
expect you
that.
to scout on Frost. I didn't.
Oh, I'm like, honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I was gonna go Reaper, and then I completely forgot gas. I was like, it. So I guess that was like literally I guess the luck of the luck of the Irish. I'm not even Irish, and I got that luck.
You're Irish today.
I'm Irish today.
Same question to you, Mohammed. What are you going to kind of take from the training camp so far as your session with Polt and the rounds that you've played thus far?
Well, what I've learned so far, and it's actually really useful, Polt uses told us to do something called like using our flashlight, and that's what he names the flashlight, which is basically always have information on your team, on your opposing team, always know what they're gonna do, and this ZVT is just a battle of information. So basically I'm just like, okay, let me just see what he's doing and just react to it. So far that's what I've taken from it, and I feel like I've improved so many times. Like my ladder games against Zerg are so much better. I'd lose to a Zerg that would like roach all in me. Now because of Polt, because of what he's taught us, how to take things slowly, how to just scout properly, and how to react properly to whatever our Zerg is doing. That's what like really helped me win today's matches.
With the first round of training and matches complete, the 10 contestants have only one round left to show their skill before the first eliminations take place. Who will Polt and Violet choose for their top 3, and who will be eliminated? Find out on the next episode of CSN Training Camp.